Well, we're over on Peel Island, standing outside what used to be the nurses' quarters when I was working here in the late 1940s and early 50s, and just looking at the changes that are in the place. And I'm standing beside my old colleague Eric Reye, who was the medical officer at my time of working here. Well, it was a mixture of, you might say, working in an outpatients department and a small hospital. We used to have to get up quite early and go over from the quarters here to light the primus in the surgery before electricity. We used to take a couple of hours for it to come to a boil, so we'd go over in our nightwear and light the 2 kerosene primuses under the tank, and then we'd come back and have a shower and get into our uniforms, and then we'd start the day's work, which started at 6 a.m, the same as it used to in the major hospitals. It was
so you had a really early morning start.
Yes, but that was typical of any hospital in those days.
And Eric, what was your recollections of the early quarters?
Well, I didn't have much to do with these quarters. In the days when I was doing intermittent visiting, and I would stay with the superintendent in the room there over a couple of nights. Then later on, I was quartered on my ship down on the shore to the north here. Then later still, they put in quarters for medical officers. The day began generally. It was quite varied, depending what we were doing. We'd try and get as much as we could get done before breakfast. Things like routine injections and the like, generally then after breakfast it would be over to the surgery for general clinical work and visits to patients in their huts. After lunch we'd take a time off. Weather was good, we might go for a stroll down to the horseshoe, perhaps for a swim. Then back, afternoon tea, and the late afternoon session at the surgery, dinner at night, and then perhaps another surgery session or visits to patients in their huts after that. Yeah, writing up charts, preparing equipment, all that sort of thing.
Those people just come to the mainland to work, public works. They'd come here on a sessional basis. When they used to imply that the medical staff were brave for working here, nobody ever mentioned the public works people who came here quite happily to work, and the dentist who enjoyed coming here because he liked fishing, and all the other staff. It was the medical and nursing staff were seen as a kind of with a halo effect, but the other staff didn't get a great deal of praise, really. Not that we wanted any praise anyway.
Yeah. And I believe you were the first doctor to give that drug, were
you?
Yes,
Yes, that's one thing
the department got it from the United States for us.
We were both there for the same, the injection to be the first injection to be given, but we didn't strike champagne over it because it was just something else.
Yeah. That first year with the new drugs was a difficult one. We didn't know what to expect. We had set up a laboratory in a building which has now vanished, which had previously been the patient's library. We were doing blood checks and anything else that we felt we had to do. We'd set up a blood bank in the hospital, and we didn't have any data as to what might happen when we gave it. So we were doing this for daily injections, but the results were so good that I said, all right, it's worth trying the oral medicine, and they went on to that, and the place never looked back.
Well, it's brought back a lot of memories. I don't think I'll ever get Peel out of my system for some reason or other. I've worked in many other places, but this one probably haunt me till my dying day. It's just something about it.